And so he never said it clearly. We never asked clearly, do you mean suicide? Do you mean taking your life?
We had no idea he was in so much pain. We had no idea.
Coming from a Latino background and my own personal experience with mental health, I can definitely attest that it's a very sometimes still taboo topic. The reason that a lot of children right now, especially, aren't receiving a lot of mental health is because of the stigma that maybe the parents hold.
And I wish we would have known. We've never had any discussion in this household about suicide. In our family growing up, or in his family, the only thing we knew about suicide was that it was bad and don't do it.
It's really hard to go from having absolutely no conversations about feelings of worry or sadness to talking about suicide and depression. We want to start it earlier and make it part of our everyday language, and don't wait until there's a problem. It's also really important for parents to be transparent and say, you know, hey, I'm stressed out right now and this is how I'm dealing with it, and really working as a family to improve coping strategies, because all of those things are first steps that we would work on with building mental health.
Ucielito was this dynamo. You see, we never worried about Ucielito's mind. We were more worried about an asthma attack. In retrospect, we start thinking about his quirkiness and the insecurities and the fears that he hid.
And so Latinos more likely than white or black individuals will resist or not seek out mental health services because of that embarrassment. And if you're growing up around that environment where mental health is seen as so negative, you're not going to talk about it. Because again, that fear, I think, of parents of what happens if my child does have a mental health crisis or a mental health symptom diagnosis, what do I do? And so what's easier is kind of putting it aside, kind of cloaking it, hiding it, and unfortunately it's only addressed when there's a big crisis.
He had texted me, and as I was reading it, I was just screaming and yelling and telling him to wait, let's talk. Honking my horn all the way down. Drove through the park as far as I could, because I knew where he was going to be. I didn't know what I was going to find, and I found him. And in hindsight, and once again, we don't know, and lessons that we could tell other families is when you start seeing your loved one isolate, push people away. He had a girlfriend that we didn't know was his girlfriend, and he broke up with her. He was staying at home, wanting to stay close with us, and we just thought he was, wanting to hang out with the family. So everyone saw something different, but no one said anything.
And we're starting to get out of that fog, right? It's been a journey, but we made sure that we told his story, that we made sure that in his obituary that people knew what he died of: mental illness, depression, and suicide. We have to tell the truth. We had family members that were not happy, that were very upset with us for being honest and giving the 800 number for suicide awareness in the obituary. But we're glad that we did, because we've been getting phone calls, emails, visits. People at grocery stores in public will tell us, your son's story saved my son's life, or my daughter's life, or my life, or people are starting to talk. They're admitting when they're feeling hopeless